Welcome to the Jerry Graves channel, the only channel that talks about mastering your flow and how to deal with narcissists, psychopaths, workplace bullying, everything, and just living a better life. Without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the topic. Um, I'm kind of in a bad situation because my car kind of broke down, and it's kind of gonna be an expensive fix because it's a blown head gasket, and I can't really drive it or do anything with it. And I also got laid off from my job just like last week, or I think it's been a little bit longer than a week. Plus, so I'm not going to be getting paid for a while, and they said that they're going to bring us back. And I got laid off because of the Hurricane Irma. We do like a lot of marine work, so our products, like, if things are like really bad, like they can't get started. Like we make the products where I'm at, and then we ship them down to Florida, or pretty much any coastal state. But at this particular point, it's Florida, right? So we ship it down, and they use it at the site that they're at. And since the hurricane happened, like they can't really work, or something like that, and it kind of backed everything up because they didn't know how bad the hurricane's going to be, and so they just laid people off. And we're like, we'll just contact you guys when we'll bring you guys back when we have the contract, basically. So that's what happened. So my car broke down while I'm waiting for work, and and I missed a paycheck, and the paycheck that I'm gonna get is gonna be really light because they only let us work one day out of the week before this next payment. So I'm like, I'm not gonna really get anything, and I don't know if for sure I'm gonna be brought back, and that's the problem. So I got some things I got to do. I'm gonna have to probably get on unemployment until I get something saying that I need to come back or whatever. But the problem is that as of right now, I don't really have transportation, and I'm screwed. It's just basically I'm just screwed. And I know that situations like this, like, people are like aren't inspired by it because it's like an everyday situation, but you got to understand, this isn't an everyday situation for people like you and I, because you guys know, like, how hard it is when you have a narcissistic family. So it's like more of a battle. It's more exciting than what it seems. Like, just looking at this as an everyday situation, that's boring. But looking at it as what it is a battle against narcissism. This is me clashing against my parents, clashing against my family and people in society and everything for survival at this point. And it sounds cheesy, but it's really that. This is actually a real deal, or I wouldn't even be bringing this up. So I started a GoFundMe, and I want to see how many of you can get up to like $1,500 like in a short amount of time as possible. And I know that's kind of high, 1,500, but it's like that's what it's going to take. So it's like, let's let's contribute. And I mean, it is what it is. If you don't want to, that's your prerogative. However, I hope that if you do have the means to, which I'm pretty sure most of you guys can put something on the campaign, that you do. Because this isn't just about you or I. This is about the whole battle of the like empaths. This is the battle of people who are vulnerable, who get put in situations, and have people who are narcissistic root against them, and they sit back and wait, and they hope that you come running back to them when you really are in a bad situation. Now, a part of this I would say, like, I've learned a lesson through this. For one, I learned that I need to just be on top of things more, even more than what I think I am. Like, I think I'm on top of things, but I can step up even higher, because that's what really this is about. Narcissistic people, they know that eventually you're going to get caught in a trap. Like, you might get complacent, and you might not work as hard to be ahead and to think ahead and to plan ahead, and then eventually things get tangled up, unforeseen things happen, like this hurricane, and the next thing you know, you're crawling back to them, which that's not what I want to do. And that's just not what I want to do. Plus, I don't know what happened with my mom in this situation, because I think her number is changed, so I don't know how I'm gonna get in contact with her. But she probably is just ignoring my text and calls anyway. So I don't know. I don't know. But my point is that it's a bad situation. So help out. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give the flow within to every person who contributes to the campaign. I'm also going to grant, I wouldn't say grant, that sounds bad, but I'm gonna comply with any wish that you have within reason that you want from me, you know. And we'll see, we'll have fun with this as well. I'm gonna make a video about some of the things that I do, uh, that you ask for, any favors. I'm gonna make sure that everybody knows about it, and we're gonna have fun with this situation, just because why not, yeah, in my last video I was laughing a lot, even though I might have sound like I'm kidding around, or it's not that serious, but that's more of a nervous, um embarrassed laugh. Like, you don't really like to ask for money, so it's like, I'm gonna counteract that by laughing, ha 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 ha. But it's not a laughing matter at all. So yeah, I'm challenging you guys to get to 1,500 and to do it in record time. There's people that raise millions of dollars from almost total strangers on these web, like these crowd sharing um websites, and they don't really have the connection that you and I do. It's like they might have an idea and it sounds glorious, but do they really have the same background story that you and I share? They don't. So that's what I'm saying. We can do this even faster and better. And I'm not the type of person who asks for anything. Like, I've gone through so many years of not asking people even when I need help, and kind of suffered and things like that. And I'm just glad that I have a community of people that I can ask, because I'm not I never normally even ask for my parents. I wouldn't even call them. But my problem is, the only reason why I do it now is because suffering, like, there's a lot that goes into it, like when you end up suffering, right? And it's like, I've done that. Like, I've been in really bad situations and not asked for help. And it kind of can set you behind. I want to just get into a situation where I can solidify my position, where I don't have to be in these positions anymore. So that's the reason why I'm asking for help now, rather than toughing it out and then things get worse, and then a whole series of events happen just because I didn't ask for help, or I had pride and all this. I'm like, no, if you can, even if you can, just ask for help, um just so that you can limit your suffering, and again, so that you don't get in, make things worse, which that's what can happen in my situation, so that's the reason why I'm asking. um please help throw something on the campaign. The link is in the description, and that's all I got.